In the peaceful town of Umuakala lived a woman named Madame Roseline Okafor, once known as the Iron Pillar of St. Andrew's Catholic Church. No Sunday passed without her voice leading the choir. No harvest or bazaar succeeded without her coordination. No prayer meeting felt complete without her presence. People used to say, if you remove Roseline from the church, the walls might collapse. But one day, everything changed. It started like a whisper. A small disagreement between Roseline and two women in the church, Mama Chioma and Sister Agnes. It was supposed to be nothing. Just a simple misunderstanding over church funds for the harvest Thanksgiving. But pride entered, words were exchanged, accusations were thrown. And then came the rumor. Someone whispered that Roseline had kept some money for herself. Someone else added that she was using her position in the choir for power. The committee members invited her for questioning, but the way they questioned her felt like judgment, not love. That day, Roseline walked out of the church compound with eyes full of tears and a heart full of anger. She said only one sentence. From today, I break myself away from this church. And she never returned. Roseline joined another church down the road, a fire-filled Pentecostal ministry, and buried her Catholic past like a corpse. She made a vow in secret. Anyone who follows Catholic, I cut them off from my life. At first, people thought she was joking. Then the signs started. When her younger sister married a Catholic man, Roseline refused to attend the wedding. When her own daughter, Chika, started dating a Catholic boy, she warned her. If you marry him, consider yourself motherless. Even her best friend, Mama Juliet, whom she grew up with, stopped receiving her visits after returning to the Catholic faith. Roseline's heart was now a wall. A tall, heavy wall. Nothing Catholic must come near her. But one night, something happened. Roseline had a dream. She found herself standing inside the old St. Andrew's Catholic Church. It was empty, silent, cold. At the altar stood a giant wooden cross. As she moved closer, she heard a voice, soft but echoing like thunder. Roseline, why have you abandoned my house? She froze. The voice continued. Your anger is becoming your God. Suddenly, the cross began to crack, piece by piece, as if something was breaking spiritually. Then she saw something that made her scream. From the cracking cross, blood began to drip, slowly, drop by drop, forming a pool at her feet. And within the blood, she saw the faces of her family, her daughter, her siblings, her nieces, crying out. Mama Rosie, come back. Roseline woke up in sweat, shaking like a leaf. But instead of softening, her fear turned into anger. She believed the dream was an attack from her enemies, maybe even from the same people who quarreled with her years ago. She vowed again. I will never, ever, step into that church. Years passed. Roseline became more rigid, more bitter, more distant from her own family. But deep inside her heart was something she never told anybody. She wasn't just angry because of the quarrel. She was ashamed. Ashamed of how she shouted that day. Ashamed of how she walked out without explanation. Ashamed of the rumor, even though she was innocent. Pride held her hostage. Forgiveness felt too heavy. One afternoon, Roseline's daughter, Chika, returned home crying. Mama, I want to marry Emeka, she said. He loves me. I love him. And yes, he is Catholic. Roseline's heart exploded with anger. She slapped her daughter. Chika ran out, screaming. You are fighting the wrong enemy. It's not the church that hurt you, it's your pride. Those words hit Roseline like lightning. That night, thunder roared across Umuakala. Rain fell like the sky was weeping. Roseline found herself sitting alone in her room, holding her rosary, the same one she kept hidden for years. And then, something snapped. For the first time in years, she cried. Not small tears. Deep, shaking, release of the soul tears. She whispered, God, help me. The next morning, Roseline did something nobody expected. She walked back to St. Andrew's Catholic Church. The same church she abandoned. The same church she cursed. The same church she ran from. Her footsteps echoed as she entered. Several old members gasped when they saw her. Mama Chioma and Sister Agnes froze. Roseline knelt at the altar, tears falling like rain. I forgave you long ago, Sister Agnes whispered as they embraced. Mama Chioma added, we all made mistakes. But God never left you. Roseline stayed there for hours, praying, healing, letting go. She returned home with peace in her heart. But when she opened the door, she found an envelope on the floor. Inside was a note. A short, scary note. You should never have come back. Rosaline's hands trembled. Her eyes widened. She looked around her quiet house. Someone, somewhere, was watching. But who? And why?